Yo! It is currently 3:59 a.m. when I am making this video, which is pretty early and late at the same time, considering I haven't gone to sleep yet. But I wanted to make this video for a while, so I figured, you know what, why not right now? I'm sure I'll fall asleep at some point tonight. Maybe, who knows? But yeah, Gamera, my favorite kaiju of all time, one of my favorite series of all time, definitely has a spot in my heart as a creator. I do not think I would be the writer, the author, or artist that I am today without Gamera. It was one of my biggest inspirations whenever it comes to not really like the types of stories I tell, but just wanting to become a writer and everything that I am as a whole. Just because it was, I don't know, it's just one of those weird things where this universe, the cinematic universe, and everything about Gamera has just molded into my soul, and we've become one, basically. I don't know. I really like this franchise, is what I'm saying. And I really want it to have a revival, a really good reboot of some kind. So I decided I've been writing a actual script for this for a while, but I'm never going to get the rights to Gamera, and I highly doubt they'll ever make anything new about this. But if they do, and they end up using this, this idea, I'll have bragging rights and maybe a lawsuit. Maybe I don't know exactly how the law works, but I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, this is my idea for a Gamera reboot, revival, maybe a one movie thing, maybe a multiple movie thing, maybe a movie and then a series. Who knows? But this is how it would go. It would start off with a boy and his pet turtle, just a normal look, like a normal pet turtle. And then it would be I don't know, he lives with his mom, his single mother, and he goes off to school one day, and then the aliens come and just freaking decimate the city. Everyone dies. He's at the school, so they like blows up every building that doesn't have children in it. So it blows up with this like green laser thing all of the houses and stuff, and leaves the school, and nobody knows why until later in the movie, where it's revealed that they're using them as batteries on their planet, living batteries, kind of like the Matrix, but a little bit less horrifying. I mean, it's still dreadfully horrifying, but it's not like grimy type of horrifying like in the Matrix. But yeah, they'll just be using them as a non-renewable resource, as it were. That's why they had to come and kidnap children. But later in the movie, they are transporting the children, and the kid looks down at the earth and goes, "Camera," or something like that. It just says something about being worried about Gamera, and maybe his mother. I don't know. Who even cares about the mom? She's definitely dead after the laser. But you know who's not? Gamera, because as soon as the spacecraft takes off, Gamera, the rubble around the house starts to shake and freak out a little bit, just a little bit, and then it shows, up in the spacecraft and everything, and the aliens are looking at the sonar or whatever on the spaceship. This doesn't have to be realistic. Why in the world would it be? It's a beautiful Gamera movie. This is kind of like Showa and Heisei put together, and kind of taking itself as seriously as Heisei, but being as goofy in the story as Showa. There's a very, very high chance that nobody would like this movie, but 100% chance that I would love it. Anyways, he is following them in his, flying form, because he can do that now because of the alien radiation mixed with the love of his human owner. So he is flying after them, and they sense it, so they shoot like a couple aliens out of the spacecraft as missiles, and they're kind of like Gyaos basically, but they're like squid kaiju that come out like missiles, and they hit him, but it like doesn't do much, so they have to unravel themselves and to show their true form, and then the fight starts, and they're fighting and everything, and then as they're fighting, the children get dropped off at the planet, and everything. He ends up killing the three aliens that were shot out and following them. And then once he gets to the planet, he figures out that they have a guard dog, and it would be Giron, because Giron is my like second favorite kaiju right after my boy Gamera. I love Giron, and I think he deserves more love because he's in one Showa movie, and and then Gamera Rebirth, which nobody talks about anymore, even though it was a really good show. So yeah, Giron would be the guard dog, just like he is in Gamera versus Giron. But it's okay, it's fine. This isn't just Gamera versus Giron again. It's fine. Yeah, that would happen. And then he would fight Giron, and then at the end he would rip open the top of the building with the kids and grab them. But then all of the aliens would be like, "How dare you!" and then form into one massive monster, and that would be the final fight. There would obviously be a story in between all of these beats, but this is the main stuff that I have so far. I don't know. I just want to see a new Gamera movie. Is that so bad? I just think it would be cool, and I think since he's a turtle, the main villain, like whenever they turn into whatever, they should be, I don't know, something. What? Ooh, a giant seagull. I mean, make it something a little bit cooler than that. Like a giant seagull sounds stupid, but like a giant avian type of kaiju would be cool. Just because I was trying to think of something that like kills turtles, but like baby turtles and stuff, like seagulls come down and eat them, and that's why most like sea turtles don't survive to adulthood and stuff. I think that would be cool, just something that resembles a natural predator of a turtle, and then Gamera could just decimate him. I think that would be cool. I think that the origin story that I have is cool. I think some of the story beats that I have is pretty cool, and I think the general feel of it, the Heisei plus Showa, but like leaning a little bit more towards Showa type of goofiness, is just something that I don't know. The world needs this right now. We need Gamera. Don't you see? Gamera will bring the world closer together and make it a beautiful place. I swear, I ain't lying. Yeah, I just really wanted to share my thoughts on a Gamera movie. Like that's a very, very, very shallow and baseline like thought process on what a movie could be and should be. But I think it sounds cool, and I think that the idea is pretty cool. And the aliens, like, oh man, they could just be completely weak, like on their own if you wanted to. Like maybe the kaiju they shut out were like a part of a zoo. They have a whole zoo. Maybe they were kidnapping the kids for a zoo instead of to be a whatever, a battery source. Maybe that would be cool. I think that would actually be cooler if they're actually nothing but zookeepers, like alien zookeepers, but they have all of these kaiju that can fight for them and will fight for them because they're like trapped. But Gamera figures it out, so he actually spares them and then releases them. And then at the end, there's a line about, I don't know, something about him being the guardian of the universe or something, just because he saved everyone and everything. I think that would be cool. Or maybe make the stakes even higher. Make it to where they are using them as a battery source, and they're going to use it to create a giant weapon that will destroy everything, or literally anything like that. Just something like that to make it him even more of a guardian of the universe. You know what I mean? I think that would be cool. There's a lot you could do with Gamera, and there's a lot that they need to do with Gamera because we ain't had a good like a new Gamera project since Gamera Rebirth, and we haven't had a live action one since, what was it, Gamera, the one after the Heisei trilogy. It was the one where, well, I mean, he was a baby turtle and then grew up to be Gamera, but that's besides the point. That's nowhere. That's nothing near my story. Okay, let's just sweep it away like it never happened. Actually. But yeah, we need a new Gamera thing. This is just me saying that they need to make a new Gamera project like right now, because if they don't, there's gonna be riots.